Hi everyone, welcome to Kintripper's virtual handover tour of the Mileo 313 4-berth motorhome. Right, we're going to start the virtual handover tour by going around the whole outside of the vehicle. This here is your garage. This basically has two bunk beds in, a bit like our Rimmer motorhome, but the bottom bunk can also be put up to make a bigger garage. To get into this locker, you've got the small key there. Just turn it. Then the little knob pops out, turn that one again, that pops out, turn them to gain access into the garage. What will be in here will be all your electric hookup leads, will be your hoses to fill up, you'll have all your chairs, tables and things like that. To actually make this a large garage, if you didn't want the bottom bunk, you remove the mattress to this. Potentially we could do this for you and keep the mattresses here so they don't get in your way. And then once the mattress is out, you literally lift up the wooden part there, drop down the lever, which holds that in place. And you also do the same on the other side, which I probably won't go through because it is exactly the same. And that will give you a large garage through there. Here we go, we have the lever, that part there. So the wood just goes up and down. And you just pop the little lever over. Right, to close the door, all we need to do is just pop it closed, turn these around 180, push them in, pop the key in and just turn it. Same again there, already done, turn it and that's fully locked now. Right, here we have the cassette for the toilet. There's an indicator inside to let you know when it's full. Once it's full, you will need to gain access to this locker to empty it at the chemical disposal points on campsites. Turn the key, press that open, and you've gained access inside. Also what will be in here is your toilet chemicals. You literally pop a cap in every time you empty it. And then to empty it, you just need to lift the little blue lever here. You need to make sure the toilet is closed inside, because if it's open, you will get some restriction, you won't be able to pull it. So if you lightly pull it and it doesn't move, you need to go in and close the toilet inside. Once that's done, you can come out, pull the cassette out like so, open the lid at the chemical disposal point, empty. There's a little blue button there, press that because that lets air into the cassette so it doesn't slug and you get slug when it comes out. Once you're finished, like I say, put a cap of the blue in, pop that back in there, make sure it's located properly. You pop your toilet chemical back in and just lock it back up again. Also on this side of the van, just under where the cassette is for the toilet, we have the drainage emptying point, which is just a handle here. Again, this is basically whatever goes down your basins and showers goes into a holding tank underneath. There's an indicator inside to let you know when this is full. Also, they are generally a similar size to the freshwater tanks. When the freshwater tank is empty, it generally means this needs emptying. You need to go to your service point on your campsite, locate the drain, pull it, let it fully empty. Once it's fully emptied, just pop it back in again. Right, here we have the water filler point. So basically lift that up. Again, there's indicators inside which we'll go through later to show how full the tank is or how empty it is. Once it's empty, you need to just pop the key in to unlock it, take out the blue cap. You then will have a 6-metre hose provided in the garage. Just connect one end to the tap. We supply the connectors for that. Pop this end into there and just fill it until water comes out here basically. Once it comes out there, you know the tank is full and you can just pop your blue cap back on and close that. Please remember that this is your water filler. Please do not put diesel in it. It has been known. We're on a motorhome high-risk group and this happens quite often actually, so just be aware of what you're putting into what areas. Right, here we have the 240 electric hookup. When you're on the campsite, you'll have a post, and on the post you'll have connectors. You've got two different sides. You've got one with the got the flippy end, and we've got the other bit without that. The flippy end goes on to your motorhome. So you lift that up, pop it on. You need to unwind the complete cable, because if you don't do that, it can potentially get very hot, and has been known for these things to catch on fire. So you need to roll it all off, connect the other end at the campsite, and then when you have finished with it, to remove it, the most important thing is pressing this little blue lever down. You need to push that down and then pull the cord out and then wind it all up. This will be located again in the large garage. Inside the front cabby, there's not much really to go through, but we'll go through the blackout blinds on the side windows first. I'll show you the one on the main window in a minute when we go in. But basically, just to function these, you just pull this out of that little catch there. You pull it up. As you pull it up, you need to pull this plastic bit down. You've got two little magnets there. Those two little magnets need to just go onto the metalwork there, and that holds your blackout blind up. Another thing that we found over the years is if it's raining, please don't have this open, because it does actually affect this on there and it does ruin it. So if for some instance you need to open the door and it's raining, please think about trying to put this back down first. And then just to bring it back down, just pull it off and then just slot the plastic bit back in there like so. Right, we're now on the passenger side of the cabby. Really all I'm going to show you here is how to gain access to the bonnet. Hopefully you won't need to get into there, because before every hire we make sure you're full of oil and full of wash fluid for your windscreen. But if you need to gain access to that, you just pull the little lever here, like so. You hear the click, and then you just go around to the bonnet as per normal. There's a little catch underneath the bonnet, roughly central. Just lift that catch and you can get the bonnet up and gain access to that. So here we are, we're at the bonnet. Again, like I said, it's just off central from the Fiat sign to your right hand side. There's a little lever there. Just bring that up. Have your bonnet holder, pop that in, and then you've got your oil and your wash fluid in there. And then just put it back down again. Just give it a little light drop, like so. This motorhome runs on diesel like all our others. Luckily it is quite a way away from the water side, so hopefully on this one you shouldn't have that problem. But there we go, you open the cap, it says diesel on the cap, so please remember to put diesel into this. Here we have the locker for the gas. So when you're driving around, the gas will always be off, and when you collect the motorhome from us, the gas will also be off. So when you get to your site, if you need gas for cooking, heating or hot water, or maybe even the fridge if you're while camping, you need to gain access to this locker. So just pop your small key in again, undo that, you have two gas cylinders. We supply all the gas, so you would always have one full one and could be whatever's left in the other cylinder. There will be a spanner also so you can be able to change your bottles. But all you need to do is you just need to come to the top of the gas, and you need to turn that anti-clockwise and turn the gas on. I would say you then need to go to the hob, check that you've got gas coming to the hob. If you have, then you're good to go and you can start lighting your other appliances. Then again, when you go to drive, this must be off. So what we do is just turn it clockwise, close that off, and there we go. You can just pop the door closed and lock it like so. On this motorhome, we also have a reversing camera, as standard on all the motorhomes, but we also have a bike rack here. There's nothing really much to think about with this, but it will be strapped here, so you just need to push that red button down. And then pull that strap out. Lift that arm up, pull that down. You've got all your arms that will connect onto each bike, and you've also got all the straps there to hold on to your wheels. And then if you finish with it, just pop this in. This one, for some reason, will not go up fully because of that. So I think you're just going to have to leave it like that. Pop your strap back in, push it through, and that will hold that in position. Also on this motorhome, which you can't see, we have had a large solar panel fitted to the top of the motorhome, which means if you're doing some wild camping, that will help you out, keeping the leisure battery fully topped up. We also have an external gas barbecue point here, so what we do is we can lift the hatch. We, as extras, supply gas barbecues at £30 or higher. Basically what you do is you have the connector, it will go onto there, pop your gas barbecue on, turn that so it's open, and then you can light your gas barbecue. But when you finish, make sure it's closed, pop your cap back on, and close it. Here we have the main hab door to get yourself into the living area. That is the key we use to open it. So anything on the outside of the motorhome is the small key to get into all your lockers and things. That there is just for your ignition. So to open it and close it, they are just tiny little quarter turns. So that's closed, that's open. Please don't force the lock, and then just pull the handle and clip it open. We also have blackout blinds here in the door, and we've got dustpan and brushes to clean up the side. Right, this 4-berth motorhome has 2 bunk beds at the back behind the camera, which we'll go through in a minute. It also has a very large overhead bed here, which is basically bigger than a double. It's pretty much king size. So you can, lifts up and down to give you a little bit more headroom if you're not using it, and then at night time you can bring that down. There's a ladder placed on the mattress on the bed. That literally clicks into here, comes down there, you can get up, you've got some lighting up there, and you've also got the curtain for a bit of privacy at night time. And then if you finish with it in daytime, you can just pop that up again. This single front cabbie seat turns around. Obviously this one doesn't turn around because we're behind this bit of wood. But to turn this around, there's a red button at the front. I think we'll show you that on the camera in a minute, up close. But it's dead central. Underneath here, you just push down the red button and you can flick that around into position, which gives you an extra bit of seated area. And then just to put it back again, I don't know if you want to have a look at the red catch. That's the one. You just push that down to turn it. And then we just put it back again. So, we're going to go through the front cab with you. It's not much to go through really, because it's generally the same as a car really, with gear sticks and your indicators and things. This one has got a manual gearbox. This one has got cruise control on it as well, so the bottom lever here is cruise control, same as all of our other motorhomes. We've also got the height, width and length here, so if you need it, you've got it to hand. The front blackout blind, we've gone through the side blackout blinds. This one is literally, just pull it up, like so, and that blacks it out. And then just pop it back down again. The only other thing I want to go through is your reversing camera is on your radio. So when you pop it into reverse, this will automatically come on, showing you reversing. What else is built into this radio system is we've got a TomTom sat nav. So all we need to do is press the nav button and just go through how you would normally go through setting up a sat nav, just popping in your address and all that. We do have USB ports and 12-volt DC sockets around as well. All of the wing mirrors are electrically operated and all of the windows are electrically operated. Right, I'm just going to run through the operation of the handbrake, because it is a bit of a strange handbrake on this one, because a lot of our other motorhomes, it's kind of normal, it's in the up position. This one's always down. At the moment the handbrake is on. If we wanted to release the handbrake, we've got to pull it up, like so, press the button in, and that releases it, like so. So the vehicle's now moving. But obviously it drops back down again. That is the correct position. Obviously then, if you want to bring the handbrake back on, you don't need to push the button in. It's just like a standard handbrake. You hear it click, like so, and it just pops back down again. And that's the handbrake fully located. So now the vehicle's not moving. So the lighting in the van, you've got sort of your general lights through the van, but underneath all your sort of cupboard spaces, above the cooker, and again underneath over here, we have little switches. And those little switches just turn on the little LED lighting on both sides, here and there. And then they can be turned off there again. Also, while we're over the side, we've got blackout blinds and we've got fly screens. So that's the fly screen in position at the moment. You can have that either open or in that position. Or the blackout blinds, you literally pull all your blackout blinds up like that. To open a window, you've got little buttons on there. So you need to press that button, and these just literally open like so. What you really need to do is make sure before you drive off, this is the most important thing, is all your windows and skylights are closed. And then just to close it, pull it forward, lock it, and lock it. In this motorhome we have a TV here. This is a 12 volt TV, so you don't need to be on electric hookup. And it also has a DVD player. So all you need to do is, it's not tuned in because you're moving around all the time. You will need to turn the TV on, go into settings and tune your channels up just like you would do at home if you're setting up a new TV. If you want to go into your DVD, you need to go into source and you need to change it over to DVD mode, and then you'll be able to watch DVDs. We will have a small selection of DVDs on board just in case you can't get any TV signal, because we can't guarantee if you're in valleys and things that you're always going to pick up TV. So just open all your cupboards and things. They're just little push buttons. So all you need to do is just push it. That means it's open. Some lovely storage area there. And then to close it, just press the button again. Up on the higher units, you've got a little flap here. So you need to push that flap down to open it. And then you'll have all your pots and pans, all your kitchenware will be supplied as part of the hire. You've no need to bring your own, and then just close it like so. Right, as you come through the door, you've got your main control panels. So whether you stop near a beach or where you have no electric hookup and you need some sort of 12 volt power, or even when you get to your campsites, this is your main control panel here. Underneath is your heating and hot water controller, which I'll go through with you later. So when you come in, you need to press this on off button here. And then you get all these lights come up. That is your, to show that it's on. Then you've got to press a little 12 volt switch next to it. On from there, you've got the little tap going to your right. So you need to turn your tap on to get water at the taps. Then over again, you've got your awning light. So that's your on off button, your 12 volt switch to turn the 12 volt on, your tap, and your awning light on the outside. Also, what we have, you've got to keep your finger on it. That tells you how good your engine battery is. So it's telling you that you're in the green, your engine battery's all good. If you press the next one along, that tells you how good your ledger battery is. Again, you're in the green, that's telling you. Obviously if you come down to yellow and red, it's not a good sign. So, but if it's in the green, that's all good. We go along again, and that is your fresh water. And you go up. Basically, it turns the LEDs off, so when you're sleeping at night, you haven't got any bright lights, you can just turn that off. Everything's still functioning, as we can see, the lights are still on, but it just turns all your LEDs off. Right, here we have our heating and hot water controller. Again, this works off either electric or gas. So also if you're wild camping and you need hot water and heating, you would need to turn your gas on. Like I say, come to the hob, check you've got gas coming out your hob, and then you can go into looking at using it on the gas. If you're on electric mains hookup, I'd rather use the electric mains hookup than use the gas, because obviously using the campsites facilities rather than wasting your gas. So what we will need to do again is obviously turn the power unit on. We need to make sure the water pump's running, and then we'll press this button here for about 3 seconds. What I normally do is set the time up on this first. So what we need to do is spin this anti-clockwise or clockwise, whatever way you want to go, and you want to come around to the full clock. Once you come around to the full clock, you need to press that button, and then you can set the time. So say the time is 10 in the morning, we pop 10 on, press the button again, and then set the minutes, like so. Once we've done that, we then need to go and choose what power source we're using. So like I said, you can either use gas or electric. So you turn the button again until you get around to the gas bottle and a couple of little electric symbols. You press that and you decide what you want. So you can have gas, you can even mix the gas and electric together, and on our UK campsites you need to be on electric too. So say we want it on electric, we press electric. If you want it on gas, you need to select the gas indicator. Then one across, if you want hot water, is a little thermostat that's inside the water. We need to come across that, press the button again. At the moment it's off. You can set that at eco, hot, or boost. Obviously the boost is if you want hot water quick. It's not like a combi boiler at home. You still will need to wait until the tank is. So I would normally give it about 20 minutes before you try the hot water on boost. So once you obviously decided which one you want, you just click it, and that's that. The next one over is the heating. So you just go over there like so. You press that, and it's like a room stat when you're heating at home. You set the desired temperature that you want. So if you want it set at 20 degrees, you just press that, and that will maintain the van at 20 degrees. Right, so if you want to set the timer up on this for your hot water and heating to come on in the morning, you need to come around to this clock down in the left hand corner. You need to press the button and then set your start time. Your start time is when the heating and hot water will come on. So if you wanted it on for 8 o'clock in the morning, you select 8 o'clock, press the button, and then you set your minutes if you want minutes. Press the button, end time. So if you want to finish that at 10 o'clock or 10:15 or whatever, just press that. You then set your room stat on your heating. So this is your desired temperature of the van. So if you set it at 20 degrees, you then need to set your hot water. So whether you want it on eco, hot, or boost. So if we pick hot, click that. You need to select your power source. So whether you're on gas or electric, we need to be on electric 2 in the UK. Press that, and this is your fan speed. So the fan speed is for how fast the hot heat is coming through, because it's blow air heating. So you can set your fan speed either on a low, which is an eco, or a high. Pick that, and then you just set that to on, and that's your timer all set up. And then just come out with the back button. Here we have a gas cooker. It's just very simple to use. This one also has, which none of our other motorhomes at present have, this one also has an electric ring. So if you are on a campsite and you don't want to waste your gas, you do have one ring that is designated for electric only, but this will only work if you're on an electric hookup. It will not work if you're wild camping. We also have 2 rings that are gas, so it's just like your gas cooker at home. You just literally pop it in, press your igniter, wait for the gas to come through, make sure your hob lid's up in the up position, and again the same for the cooker. Just like at home on the grill, you turn to your right for the grill. It shows you the little top bit covered in, and you just press your ignition switch, and to your left for your gas cooker, and then you can just set it at desired temperature. It is just numbered 1 to 9, so I'm not quite sure what the numbers mean, but you just find your own sort of temperature, and that's how that works. And the only other thing I would say to this is, if you have been using the rings, please leave the lid up for a good half hour, because if you put it down onto the hot surface, this can shatter into a million pieces. We've had that happen about 4 times this year, so that's that. And you could put a towel in there as well. That helps the rattle when you're driving down the road, stops it rattling around a bit. This one also has a microwave in, which is a lovely feature, because not all ours actually have this. Again, this will only work if you're on a campsite. It's not designed to work off 12 volt. So just like your normal microwave, just pop it in. You've got your micro combi, set your times. It's just like a basic microwave, and there you have it. Right, here we have the fridge freezer. It's a 3-way fridge freezer, so it works on your engine battery when you're driving, it works on gas, and it works on electric hookup. To turn the fridge on, press the on button. You then got it in the A position, which is the position I would keep it in, because that is an automatic position. It will automatically find whatever power source you're using. Here is the temperature of the fridge. At the moment it's on 4. If you want to change the temperature, you can go up to 5, down to 1, and just count through. I normally keep it on 3. Once that's all satisfied, the dash will go down, the display will go down. That's not the fridge going faulty. I think it's just saving battery. That's all ticking over now, and everything's happy. What we do have to open the fridge is a couple of little levers. So you pull this lever, that opens. That's your freezer compartment. Pull that lever, and that's quite a good fridge size compartment. And then if you want to turn it off, just hold the button for a few seconds and off it goes. Here we have this toilet and shower area. So we have the toilet this side. There is your indicator, which goes from green to red to let you know whether the toilet's full. Green is empty, red is full. To flush the toilet, you need to make sure your water pump is on, or your tap symbol is on the board. And then all you do is push that to flush water in. You have a little lever here. You just push it one way, that all drops in, and then pull it back again. This is the bit, like I say, that needs to be closed before you pull the cassette out. And another little tip is to use the toilet with that empty, because if you use it with it closed, all the fluid is above that and it can leak into the apartment underneath, compartment underneath, and that does become a bit of a messy job to clean it. So open to use it, close it once you finish, and then you can take the cassette out. You then move around to the shower area. You have the basin, which is your tap, but that tap also turns into a shower. So if you want a shower, pull that up, pop that in there, and just use it as you would with the tap, but you would need to obviously govern the temperature. It might be worth getting your temperature right first in the basin, and then sort of shutting it off, putting your shower head up, and then you're off. And then just to pop it back in, you need to feed the hose back down through, like so. And then you have a door here, which just opens and closes, like that. At the back we have some bunk beds. There's not really much to go through. Each bunk has its own window, skylight and fly screen. So again, that works exactly the same as how I showed you. That window closes there, and it also, they both have curtains. A bit like the top there, this curtain drops all the way down and that closes both bunks off. And then we just open that up again. So here we have a little switch. It doesn't really do a lot, but you've got some little blue LED lights that are around the floor area. So that really just turns those blue LEDs on. You can actually see one right down the bottom there. Here in the ceiling we have a extractor fan and an air intake fan. So how we operate this, we need to open the fan up. It's got an arrow showing you, which lifts the window. You open that up fully, like so. You can then turn it on. This will start the fan rotating. You have variation of speeds on there. You just turn it how you want it. So you've either got an option of it extracting stuff out the motorhome by this switch here, or you can have it the other way, which brings cool air into the motorhome. So a little bit like an aircon, not fully, but it will bring air into the motorhome and cool the motorhome down if needed. And then all we do is just turn it off when you finish with it. And make sure, again, before you drive off anywhere, make sure all the windows and skylights are closed. We also, just a quick one, we also here, obviously all skylights do have their own blackout blinds and fly screens as well. Thank you for spending your time watching our virtual handover video. If you have any questions, we can run through that on the day, and we hope you enjoy your trip.